You're listening to the Warrior Rulebook podcast with me, Monique Harmon. I love helping people express themselves, protect their peace, and be confident in being them. You may also know me as Pretty Nikki, who started her online journey as a modest fashion blogger. Now I'm an entrepreneur. You'll see through my experiences and the experiences of others that change is possible, improvement is tasty, and meaningful connection is transformational. Come on, share your story with me. The stories and information. Welcome to another episode of the Warrior Rulebook podcast. This episode is brought to you by my Get the Right Consistency Challenge. It is designed to help business owners grow their business and get more leads into their business by using the power of social media. So over the course of 3 days, you're going to build upon certain principles that will get you noticed, increase your brand awareness, and help you to collaborate with other people on social media. So the first day, we're going to go over engaging, how to drive engagement on your page, how to engage with other people and get the conversation going. The next day is going to be about how and where you can find the best spiritual music to put in your videos. And then the third day is going to be how you can execute on your ideas. So that way, all those videos that you're creating or that content aren't just sitting in drafts. You'll actually be able to get them out and publish so people can start talking about it and giving you feedback. So if you want to join the challenge, so that way social media isn't hard for you, it is just something that you're using to bring more leads into your business and to get more traction going, head to the show notes in the link of, the description of this episode wherever you are listening. I hope to see you there because the challenge is going to be starting live next week. So that's why I'm letting you know now. Let your business friends know, send them the link so that way they can join. So today's episode is going to be all about network marketing and what I wish I knew before I was introduced to it. So a few years ago, I was given the spiel about pretty much, do you keep your options open when it comes to making more money? And I said yes, because I was looking to build and establish more income. And so I went to the meeting, learned about it, and I was interested in joining the company. And so a few things that I wish that I had knew beforehand that I think might be helpful. One of the things was definitely branding, because I have also noticed this as well as a marketer. I've noticed that people that are in these types of companies, they tend to rely on the company itself for all their brochures, for all of their information. And they just think, let me just put up this post because the company already designed everything that they want you to say, or they might send you a video talking about the company, but it doesn't really have like a story. It's just more so, this is what we do, this is what we have been able to do as a collective. But as in business, there needs to be some sort of branding. So this was something that I actually learned not too long after I had joined. So I'm happy that I learned it, but I definitely wanted to share it with other people as well that might be joining these companies, because I think if the company is for a good cause, I think, yeah, you should do it. You should go for it. But you definitely want to share your story. Why is it important to you? You should be going live and sharing these concepts, or at least talking about different things that get people in that sense of, hey, I need to be business minded, or, I want more than what my job can offer me, or I just want to feel more fulfilled. Why should people select your company or go with you in terms of being recruited to be able to push the company forward or build their team? Because I don't think there's anything wrong with building a team. I just think that there should be more storytelling, specifically from the person themselves, not their company that they are joining, but from the people themselves. Like, are you going on trips with your team? Are you doing team building activities? Like, what are you guys doing outside of the company to build a relationship? And that's something that I wish that I had done more. But I'm actually going to go into the second reason, which will come back to the first reason. So, the second thing for me, I will say, hi, Darrell. Thanks for joining. If you're listening to the replay anywhere else, I am streaming this episode live on YouTube. So, my second reason or second thing that I wish that I knew was that it's supplementary income. So I was told this at the beginning, but I wasn't really like, it didn't really click for me at first that this business opportunity is supplementary income. Like you shouldn't go and quit your job and just start the business. And in my particular situation, I was unemployed or, I had like a little freelancer gig, but it wasn't something that was full time. So I would suggest and advise that anybody that is deciding that they're going to start their business, whether it's not a network marketing business or it is a network marketing business, also known as MLM, like make sure that you have income that's steadily coming in while you're building your dream. So that way you don't feel desperate when you're trying to reach out to other people to see, hey, are you interested in this business idea? Because there are some success stories where someone didn't have a job and they decided to start this business and it gave them the freedom that they were looking for. They didn't need a full-time job to help them because they were working really hard, but everybody doesn't learn those qualities right away. So that was one thing that I was grateful for with the company that I was working with. They did suggest, like, they didn't say like, oh, you need to quit your job today to get started with us. So I do appreciate that because I think that's horrible advice to suggest to someone, hey, like you should quit your job and just focus on this business. No, I would say make sure you have steady income coming in so that way it frees you up. So that way, if someone's not interested in your business opportunity or someone's not interested in buying any of your products, you're not in a corner or feeling sad because you don't have any income coming in. The third thing that I wish I knew right off the bat, and again, these principles can apply to just regular business, having a regular business, but I would say that like your friends and your family aren't going to be as quick to support you because that's was the impression that I was given when I first joined the company was, you talk to your warm market and you let them know what you're doing and they're going to be inclined to help you because they love you. And that wasn't my experience. Some people, of course, they did decide to sit and listen to it. That that were close to me, but it wasn't for them. And so certain things would happen, like when I go to follow up with them, they were unreachable, but then when I saw them, they would say hi and stuff like that. So it's just like kind of going through mental things like that. It's just like, well, if you're saying hi to me now, like how come you've been unreachable, right? So it was just different things like that. Or sometimes they would outright and say like, no, I'm not interested, or they would get busy and they would go do something else. So your warm market isn't always going to be supportive of what you're doing. And that's okay because business opportunities, working a 9 to 5, these different decisions, they're not for everybody. Everybody's going to pursue success the way that they think that they should be able to pursue success. And so that's why I was definitely um, in a rude awakening that not everybody is going to want to help you in that respect. And I also tell people too, like you shouldn't be looking for people to support your business just because they know you or just support whatever you have going on because they're close to you. Like they have to resonate with it. I'd rather have somebody on my team that is going to work the business. They're not feeling like they're forced to be in my presence or forced to try to buy something from me just because they know me. I don't think that that is how people should um, work with people or try to get them to work with them. I think people should be definitely like, this is the offer, this is who it's for, and this is how it can solve your problem. So that was something that I learned as well. Something else I would say that I wish that I knew beforehand was definitely the follow-up process. So I think one of the most prized things I learned about network marketing is that the gold is in following up with people. So sometimes we can feel like we are pressuring people or we are bothering people if we have to follow up a couple of times. And the truth of the matter is people are very busy. So even if you did follow up with them, say right after they watched the video that you sent them, or you followed up maybe a couple days after, people forget. Like life is hard, life is definitely busy. And so sometimes people don't even get back to you, even if they say they will get back to you. So it's up to you to come back and be like, hey, just following up on what we discussed the other day. Are you interested? What are your thoughts? And just leave it like no pressure pretty much, because if people want to change, they're going to change. If people want to join you, they're going to join you. If people want to buy from you, they're going to buy from you. But you definitely want to follow up in a way that speaks invitation and not like, hey, why didn't you respond to me? Like you don't want to have that negative energy, because sometimes when we feel like we're being ignored or that people are completely disregarding us, leaving us on red, that can be hurtful. And that was something that I definitely went through. That was something that I wasn't really prepared for. And I had to learn about implied no's. Like even if people don't respond to you at a certain point, say you followed up with them 2 or 3 times, then it's most likely a no. They're not interested. And then you also have to deal with the direct no's, how people are like, well, I think this is a scam, or it's not for me, or this didn't work for me. You have to deal with all of that. So you definitely have to be in an enriching atmosphere. That's why different companies like this in network marketing, they encourage you to go to their trips to learn more about the business and have a community. And it's the same way with regular business, non MLMs, is that you want to be around people that are going after the same goals, because sometimes you can go or you can join a team that has similar goals, but they may not be similar in the instances that you need them to be similar. So you can still feel kind of left out at the end of the day. And that was something that I felt as well. I did at times feel alone, like I was standing on my own. And sometimes that's good for you, so you can like think for yourself, you can push back when you need to. And so definitely make sure that you find a network of people that you can grow with, you can go and do things together with. It's not always like business, business, business. It's about also having fun and relaxing together and just learning more about each other, like having a bond. So those are some of the things that I wish that I knew, because it's so much easier when you have money to invest into your business. You're not always scrambling, trying to come up with money to pay for basic essentials you need to run your business. So, just things like that, and just learning people, definitely learning to sell and to not be, in a way that pressures people to buy things or pressures people to respond. And even now with my business, like if you're not interested in it, I'm not going to make you feel bad for not purchasing it. And I think that's what some people do in this particular industry. They can make you try to feel crazy if you don't respond to them right away, or you don't um you don't buy something, or something of that nature. So you really want to have a quality experience. And so these are some things that you can look out for and be aware of as you are growing your network business. But if it's for a good cause, you should definitely be proud of that, if I can say the term. So definitely just make sure that you are researching a company that you're joining, and making sure that you're in an atmosphere where you can grow, and get used to being told no as well. That you learn so many like sales tactics and sales information when you join these companies, and you really do have to get used to the word no. I was actually listening to a podcast episode today from a different entrepreneur, and she was saying like you have to get used to rejection. You have to be okay with rejection. You have to be okay with no, because then you should be asking those people, why did you say no? Why is it not a fit for you? So that way, when you go back to the drawing board, you can fine tune your offer and make sure that you are aligned with the person that you're trying to sell your service to, whether that's selling a service or asking them to join you in business. So make sure that that person is a right fit for it. Otherwise, it it's going to be a hard, long road. So these are some of the ways that you can be invested in a network marketing business and be able to grow. So that way, even if people don't support you or people don't buy from you, you can be like, okay, here's my next plan of action. So that way, I can find people who will purchase from me and you will change their lives. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Leave your feedback for me below so we can continue the conversation, because who knows, I might come out with another episode expanding on this topic. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Warrior Rulebook podcast. If you like what you heard, share it with a friend and join me over at the Warrior Rulebook Podcast Insider group on Facebook. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more tips on how to be resilient in this world.